Morning. Right, so this was I was actually ramping for about a minute and 30, but then something happened and I had to cancel the video. So this is like a remake, so now I had to talk about everything. Yeah, I'm not even gonna say it line for line, I'm just gonna talk shit, boy. Because when you talk line for line, it sounds robotic and it doesn't even sound right. But basically, this video was introduced this book I talked about last video, which is my personal journey. And I was saying previously that some of the lines I read from this book reminded me of the times when I wrote them. It's like this line here is have self-respect. This was written when I was still fat, my hygiene was poor, didn't take care of myself, yada yada, right? And also there's so much information that I have on communication that some will be in my head right now, but most of it will be in the book. Most of it will be in the book, all of it or most of it, but only some will be up here. So my information is a bit limited. So that's why I like to write down everything that I know in this book here, because again, you're not gonna remember everything at once because there's so much tips and advice and so much things that comes to mind. But only a few of them are gonna be picked, and then you're gonna talk about it, and you're gonna forget the rest. Right. So that's what this book is for. So this is my personal journal. This is not like a book you could order online. Well, the book itself you could order, but this is not like a pre-made book. You know what I mean? Like all words written, not like an actual book. Right. So I have this one. Knowledge tips on to improve your communication skills. Now, before I even say what's in the book, I'm gonna say what's in my head right now. And the one first thing that comes to my mind right now is have a laugh. Laugh at yourself, right? You know, like there's moments where you say a joke. Let's say you're trying to make a joke. You're in a group of circle of friends, whatever, and you're trying to make a joke, and no one laughs, right? It's gonna be embarrassing. It's gonna be cringy. But the best thing you can do is just laugh at yourself. Look back and laugh at yourself, and it's gonna be like who cares? Like, it's funny, right? And that is not really communication. There's more like confidence. This is more like a confidence sort of advice, but yeah, you could use it for communication too, in terms of like being witty, right? You could kind of like come up something on the spot. So like, let's say you say a joke, and the joke comes out terrible. You could just say, bad joke, huh? Like, no, you like make a laugh about it, have a joke about it, right? It wasn't a good joke, right? End of story. Have a laugh, and again, people are gonna that little interaction you kind of have with yourself. People will perceive you differently. They'll be like, oh, he's confident. Like that automatically lets people know that you are a confident figure, right? Laughing at yourself and being able to have a laugh at yourself. You know it. You did something silly. You know you did something cringy. That's perfectly fine, because making mistakes is human. It's normal. I don't know why people. What's the word? Stigma. There's a stigma against something that's like basically natural, which is fucking making a mistake. I make mistakes all the time. Easy, right? But back to the communication, because I don't want a 25-minute long video and I haven't even talk about communication. I'll stick to that. So, first one is always assume people want to hear what you have to say. Practice saying what's on your mind, right? Okay, now, if you're in the mood where you're horny or some shit, or you have a bad day and all you are having like bad thoughts in your head, obviously don't tell people, don't go and tell people, hey, I had a bad day, I think this person's an asshole. Like, you just try to bum someone up, you know? That's not healthy, that's not good. Not good whatsoever, right? Basically, practice just saying shit to people, talking shit. But when I say talk shit, doesn't mean have some common sense, and they're like, hey, I had thoughts about hurting someone, or I had thoughts about doing this dumbass shit. Like, have some common sense, please. Please, you develop the ability to identify little social cues, right? The more you socialize with people, the more that you talk to people, right? I talked about this in one of my videos. I can't remember, but I know I talked about it, which is the more that you talk to someone, you will identify You will identify like excuse, right? You will identify these little cues in social interactions that make a big impact on the entire conversation, right? Such as if your breath smells and I'm moving away, and you have the capacity and the mental capacity to identify, okay, that the cue that I'm learning is my breath stinks. All right, I'm gonna stay back. I'm gonna get like a mint gum, chew it, and then talk. Right? Like obviously, or you're too close to the person. Like these little cues, right? But talking shit, it just means just it's like when you see communication videos, they always show, or like TV shows, they always show you like it's the conversation flow is perfect, right? They know what to say, how to say it, right after this and that XYZ. That's not how a real human communication is. Conversation is, sorry. There's always errors. There's always what's it called? Like awkward silences. There's always like gaps, spaces. It's never perfect, like how you see in like TV shows and stuff, right? And other communication videos you see online. It's not gonna be like that, right? So, and if you do want it to kind of flow, sometimes just chat shit. Just say the most random shit, even if it doesn't even correlate with what you're saying. Like if, let's say we're talking about learning a subject in school, but for some random reason, which right now I am thinking about a dinosaur fighting a Elden Ring boss. Which dinosaur would win? This is the most random shit. It just comes to my. It actually comes to my mind right now. Right? You just talk to someone and you're like, okay, what would happen? What dinosaur versus which Elden Ring boss? And there you go. You got a conversation. Like you just chat shit. Just say shit. There's no script to anything. Alright, there's no script. And next one is believe that you are the guy who cares. Right. This one is just belief. Basically, when I was unable to talk to people, right, I kept telling myself, I can't do it, I can't talk to people, I'm not social, whatever. Over time, I looked for evidence in my life, which was when I was younger. I used to talk to people. I used to be very social. I was a socialite, really social. And I basically decided to try and believe that I could be social. It's kind of like if you are doing something, but you don't believe that you are the person who's capable of doing that thing, it's never going to work out. Even if I give you the best advice, or if you learn the best advice from the best communicator in the world, even the best communicator stutters. Did you know that? They even say, like, they even say shit like that. Right? You have to believe that you are a social person. But you don't want to, no, there is downsides to the belief thing, which is, well, when you start off, you tell yourself, yeah, you could do it, whatever, right? That's good. Don't constantly tell yourself, because the way that you really secure the belief is through action. So it's kind of like you believe. First step is you believe that you could do it. Then you do some actions, and then through the actions you're gonna get. It's like a different kind of belief. It's not like a mental belief. It's like physical belief. I don't even know, but it's kind of like you know you could do it. Yeah, you've done it before. There's no need to tell yourself that I am social, because you are. You just know you are, because you talk to people. Just like me, I'm stuttering. That's fine. That's normal, right? I'm not gonna claim I'm perfect. I'm gonna, oh yeah, I could talk to people fluently, continuously, whatever. Sometimes it's mood, sometimes it's how I wake up, sometimes it's how I eat and drink and whatever. Yeah. But yeah, just say shit, just chat shit, right? Completely normal, just chat shit and believe that you can do it. The downside is don't constantly tell yourself that you can do it. Anything that you believe in, don't constantly say that I could do it, because over time, if you do it long enough, you're gonna develop in the back of your head like, okay, I can't. You're basically telling yourself something over and over, and your mind is gonna kind of take that as, okay, so we're the opposite. It's like you keep telling yourself you're handsome, you're sexy, let's just say beautiful, right? You're gonna constantly tell yourself you're beautiful, you're beautiful, you're beautiful, but you say it so much now that subconsciously your mind is gonna be like, okay, so we're saying we're beautiful because we are not, we are ugly, because that's why we're saying it so much, right? It's kind of like when people know something, they don't say it. Confident people don't say they're confident. People who are handsome don't say they're handsome. I'm only saying it as a little joke. I know I'm handsome. I'm not gonna say it all the time, right? It's things like that, right? So just be mindful of the belief trap. It's just, I really want to like make sure you guys don't get like twisted up in like all this advice like, right? Because there's always downsides to things. So I want to let you guys know of the downsides, right? Right, and the last tip I'll give, fuck it, I'll give two more. So the next tip I'll give is, right, business body language. Easy communication skill tip is just body language, right? The way that you stand, the way that you talk to someone, your posture, your eye contact, right? The way that you talk to people, right? Hygiene, basic shit people don't do. I talk to people and their breath stinks. I don't even want to be next to them, right? Postures like, dog, when they're on the phone, they're like, it's ridiculous, right? Put your head back, right? Shoulders back, stand straight, whatever. Like, just talk to people. Smile, right? Handshake, good handshake, right? Don't give no weak ass handshake. Make sure you give them a good fucking handshake, right? That's really it for the third one, which is just body language. It's common sense, right? It's basic stuff people should know, but they don't take it seriously, right? It's like the basics they don't do. It's like, okay, I know about the basics, but I'm not gonna do it because it's just so basic, right? It's so easy. Yeah, it's easy, but you still don't do it, right? So many people that I know that breath stinks. They don't take care of themselves. They don't stand right. Their posture is dog shit. Handshake weak, right? That's kind of like a man thing, the handshake. When you give a strong handshake, you're kind of like, yeah, this guy takes good care of himself, right? It's kind of like a sign of respect too, when you're giving like a good handshake, right? And then the next one, last but not least, right? 30 minutes, we're going strong, right? Usually the videos go like long, and I haven't even gotten through with what I need to talk about. Last one. Tell stories. Believe it or not, telling stories is a huge way to get people to communicate with you, to focus on what you're saying, and to keep them engaged. I mean, for example, like, why are you watching this long? I should have probably started with that first, but why are you even watching me this long? Because, I don't know, maybe I look good. Maybe the advice I give, maybe you just like me for who I am. It could be other factors, but I would argue that the main point would be the stories as well, because I also make sure I try to give a lot of stories, personal stories, right? I'm gonna make up a story too, because when you could obviously tell when the story is being made up, right? You're gonna forget little bits of advice and whatever. Ooh, food tasting good. Tasted good, but yeah. Basically, just tell stories, right? When I was talking about certain communication habits and stuff that could improve your communication, right? I gave stories. Because one, it makes you closer with the viewer, because it tells them that this guy knows what the fuck he's talking about. He's not making up shit. He's not saying shit like everyone else because he could get the views. It's like, yeah, communication videos are sought after. People want to know how to communicate effectively and how to communicate better. I'm not gonna be a communicationist. I just want to have like good communication, right? It's just better than normal, and I'm good with that, right? It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be the absolute best, right? I'm not gonna stress over that. But shit, what was I saying? Fuck, I already forgot. This is the downside of just talking without a script. This is the downside of talking without a script. Yeah, telling a story, right? Tell stories because it keeps people engaged. They want to know what happens next. Like it's kind of like with cliffhangers, you know, like That's why cliffhangers in comics and movies are like so effective. They want to know what happens next. They are listening to the story, right? It happened with me a lot of times. Like there's some shows, I believe, games as well. I really want to have a continuation of, like Uncharted 1, 2, and 3 and 4. I watch all Uncharted. I love it. I love this series. There's also one with Adora Princess. No, Shira, Princess of Power. Adora is the main character on Netflix. There's a couple others, but I don't remember. It doesn't really come to mind. But I just remember them because I love the show and I want to know what happens next. I love the story, right? And I give stories to make sure that I show people that I'm not making this shit up. I'm not just saying it because, oh, it attracts a lot of views and shit. Like, I'm not even getting that much views, but who cares? One day, people are going to see the actual value that I give, and it's going to happen. So, I'm going to be patient about it. And I'm going to make sure I give quality content, not just mass produce a bunch of videos. I'm going to make sure it's quality at least, right? You actually get what you come for, right? You came for. Yeah. So with that being said, yeah, tell stories. Tell more stories, right? Because again, it's keep people engaged. It shows them that you know what you are talking about because you're giving them a personal experience. And don't even be ashamed. Don't even be ashamed to tell them the embarrassing parts, like, oh, you tripped and fell, or you stepped into some dog shit, or you say some awkward ass, cringy ass line to this girl. Like, just say it. It's kind of like you also get so much benefits even from saying stuff like that. Like, yeah, you get their attention, but it also, because you say those embarrassing parts to the full story, it also shows them that you are confident and you reflected on yourself. And apparently people reflecting on themselves is such a rare thing nowadays. The amount of people that are hypocrites, they say, don't do this, don't do that, but they themselves do it. Like fuck, like I don't even know. It's like hard to have respect for those kind of people. Really hard to have respect for those kind of people. Yeah, so with that being said, tell stories. Alright, what did I say about tell stories, tone of speech, whatever. It's like 4, 5. Now, just in case it's 4. It's probably 5, but I'll just say top 4 ways on how to improve your communication. Right, so with that being said, have a good day, take care of yourself, and good night.